Now, the vast majority of you guys planning a trip to Thailand, whether it's for a vacation or maybe you're planning on doing the expat thing and moving here, you're gonna have a great time, you're gonna make a lot of good memories, and in general, you're not really gonna have much to worry about. But there are a few no-nos when it comes to Thailand. There are a few things that if you partake in them, chances are good that you will have some bad encounters with locals. And in all reality, probably much worse than that. Now, albeit understandable, unfortunately, the narrative how Thailand is so relaxed compared to America, which is completely true, especially when it comes to nightlife as well as some other things. You can get away with quite a bit more here than you can in America. Some things just aren't as big of a deal. But the unfortunate reality with that narrative is I've seen some people personally, as well as plenty of people online. It's kind of understandable why it would happen, but some people take those very select few things that are much more relaxed and kind of just apply it to Thailand as a whole. Now, in general, Thailand is very sabai, it's all chill, but there are a few things that you should 100% avoid at all costs. And if you don't, like we said, you will have some bad interactions with locals. And in all reality, you're probably gonna end up in the clink. But lucky for you, we're talking about those situations and what not to do in today's video. Now, if you are the type of person that when you get a couple drinks in you, you might get a little hot-headed, this is something you definitely want to have a handle on before you get to Thailand. A great way to put yourself in a sticky situation that you're not going to win is being out and about and causing a ruckus, especially when it has to do with Thais. No matter what you do, this is going to end up bad for two main reasons. One, let's say you pick a fight or you're getting in an argument that it gets to the point where police are involved. When the police show up, of course, they speak Thai, the people you're fighting with speak Thai, and you more than likely don't. So even if you think you're in the right, that's not an argument you're gonna win for obvious reasons. Situation number two, in general, Thais are really good at sticking together. Even if other locals aren't exactly the person you're going at it with, they're more than likely gonna take the other person's side no matter where you stand or no matter what happens. And just me being honest, I know some of you guys might think you're tough, but I don't care who you are, you're not fighting off 10 guys. And even if you did, then the police are getting involved and then we're just back to situation one. Now, you may or may not know that Thailand still has a royal family involved in the hierarchy of their government. Millions of Thais across the country revere and love the royal family, and it has been like that for generation after generation. So it may come as no surprise if you're one of those outspoken people that lets everybody else know how you feel about certain things. If you go a certain way about it when it comes to the royal family, this can definitely land you in some hot water with your Thai friends, but it can also land you in legal trouble. And this is across the board, whether it's, posting on your Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, defacing any royal imagery, whether that be pictures, paintings, even the currency. That is all punishable via the law. And by punishable, no, I don't mean you're gonna get stuck with a fine. It's very possible and even probable that if you get prosecuted for this, you are gonna end up with a decent amount of jail time. And in all reality, as a foreigner, as a visitor to a country, you probably really don't have that much of a say anyway. So whatever you may feel, honestly, on either side of it, I would say probably a good idea just to keep it to yourself. Thailand for the first time, the sights and sounds can be a bit overwhelming at first. The smells and the chaos on the streets is definitely a beast of its own that's going to take you some time to get used to. A big part of that pandemonium is, of course, motorbikes. Now, when you get here and you see how many people are riding them, you're imagining yourself cruising on the beach on a bike of your own. It can be super easy to want to rent one for yourself. If you've ridden before, I would say go for it. But the amount of people that I've seen that have never been on a bike before and come to Thailand and think it's a good idea to just hop on and learn here is a huge mistake in my opinion. It's a really good way to put a bad stamp on your trip when you end up in the hospital. Now, if you're here on a week vacation, maybe 2, you could probably get away with riding for that long, but especially if you're moving here and you're talking about buying a bike and riding a motorcycle exclusively with no experience, There's a thing we say on motorcycles, it's not if you go down, it's when. So if you can't avoid it, I would say go that route, especially because even if you are a good rider, at the end of the day, most accidents are not gonna be your fault. And let's be honest, nobody likes trips to the hospital. Thailand nightlife is known the world over. Myself and plenty of others have had tons of fun many a night here. No matter where you end up in Thailand, there's always drinks and fun to be had. As I mentioned in a previous video, Thailand is super relaxed when it comes to a lot of the aspects of nightlife culture, but not relaxed about everything. I can see why, since it's so easy to essentially drink wherever you want, whenever you want. People might assume that other party favors might be just as chill, especially now that ganja has been legalized here. But the mistake here is that could not be more false. Thailand is still very strict when it comes to other substances, and getting caught with them will land you in prison. And being a foreigner in that situation is not gonna help you. Honestly, it's probably gonna make things a lot worse. Now, of course, there are good and bad people no matter where you go. And in turn, in Thailand, of course, there are some people who might mask their true intentions of what they're standing to gain from certain situations. Now, it's no secret that a lot of guys especially come to Thailand looking for fun, but there is also a group that come here looking for more serious relationships, maybe looking to find a wife, maybe looking to start a family. A major mistake in this group that I've seen quite a few times, honestly, is guys settling for things that they might not really want or things that they might not be okay with, or failing to be really honest with themselves about one, what they can provide, and two, what that person that they're interested in might really be looking for. I have seen some people end up with the wrong types of people who might not necessarily be looking for the same thing out of a relationship. They'll jump into it, they'll run headlong into things for whatever personal reasons, and then when they come out the other side of it, they've essentially lost everything. They've lost faith in themselves, in all reality, are just in a much worse situation than when they came here. So especially if you're thinking about something serious, you're looking for, even a long-term girlfriend all the way up to a wife and a family, be really honest with yourself of one, what you're attracting, two, what you're looking for, and three, what that person is really looking for and what they might expect out of a relationship. And if that is something that you are really willing to deal with, and if it's something you're okay with, and if you're honest with yourself and those are all things that you can put up with, go for it. So what have we learned? The conception that in general, Thailand is much more relaxed than it is in America, I would say that is 100% true, but that doesn't mean everything. If you avoid the things we talked about today, it's a pretty safe bet that you will keep your bum out of trouble and you will have nothing but good memories in the land of smiles. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one.